Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I would like to talk about stay focused. The lesson I want to talk about is staying focused. I see this happen a lot in life. I also seen it happen in my life where sometimes we as people, we start projects and we start things in life that we have visions on and that we want to do, but we don't stay focused to complete it and finish it. A lot of times in life, we start tasks and projects, but we don't complete it. And the reason why we don't complete it is because we got sidetracked. We were not focused. In order to get somewhere in life and to go somewhere, you must stay focused. If you're not focused or you're not consistent with whatever you do or start in this world, it won't go for. Meaning you won't be able to get your dream out or whatever you're trying to accomplish. Whatever can be a job, opening your own business, being in partner, starting a band, starting a group. You will not ever be able to get anything off the ground if you're not focused on what you're doing. You cannot allow no one to get you sidetracked or get you off of what you're trying to do. You must stay focused the whole time. If you're not focused and you don't have a mind made up to do this project, you will not be able to complete it. So that's something we need to know is staying focused in life. Stay focused on whatever you start. Be consistent. Don't start something and stop it. If you start and stop something, you will never get to where you need to be because you got one project you started over here and now you're starting on a whole nother project. So you got a chaos going on. You don't want a chaos going on. You want to stay focused. You want to start one project, stay focused and be determined with it and be very consistent with it, not stopping, and watch how that project blossoms. It's going to blossom and grow because you were consistent. You didn't start something and then stop it. So if you're starting something in life and stopping it and you're wondering why your business or why your project or this task haven't went forward in life, it's because you started something and stopped it. It can be for multiple reasons. You got discouraged. You started getting in a deep depression because it wasn't working out or moving as fast as you needed to, or that you wasn't getting the much money as fast as you want. In order to get something and to go somewhere, it starts with being focused. You're not going to just get to where you want to be in one night. As soon as you start the project, you're not going to start a project one day and then wake up tomorrow and the whole project is completed. That's basically impossible. That's impossible to start something and then you don't complete it. You must stay focused on whatever you're trying to do in this world. Wherever you're trying to go, you must stay focused on what you need. You have to stay focused on the things that you need to take with you to keep you focused, to keep you consistent. Don't start something, you guys, and then stop it and wonder why you didn't get to where you wanted to be in life and wonder why you didn't be that great leader or you didn't get to accomplish the things that you wanted to accomplish on this earth. It's because simply you lost the focus. If you take the F out of focus, you got ocus. And that's not even a word. So we want to be focused, not ocus. That's something that you need to work on, being very focused and consistent on what you're doing. We must be very consistent on everything that we do. You don't start a project and then stop it and just expect it to just blossom up and bloom in a day. You have to put in the effort. You have to put in the work. If you don't put in effort or work in this world, basically you won't get anything. You won't get nothing out of the world if you don't put any work or effort. You won't ever be a winner as long as you quit something. If you quit a project, you can't ever be a winner, because a quitter is not a winner. But a person that starts a project and continue it, you will always be a winner. A winner is not a quitter. A winner won't ever be a quitter, because a winner knows what it takes to win. They stay focused. So in order for you to win in life, you can't quit. You can't stop nothing that you do. I see lots of people doing this. They start a project or a task and they stop it because things is not going right. If you had the vision and you seen the vision and you're bringing other people with you under this vision, under this project that you're trying to do, how can you expect to win? How can you expect to grow if you're starting a project and you're stopping? You can't start something and then stop. It don't work that way. You must start something and continue with it, being consistent in order for it to work. You can't expect your life to jump to where you want it to be if you didn't ever master being consistent with whatever you do. You couldn't ever master to stay focused on the project or the task that you started. You have to just keep working on things until it get to where you want it to be. But quitting and giving up on your project or your focus and your determination that you have, you defeated the whole purpose. You're basically wasting your time, and you're wasting other people's time that you're bringing in this project with you. You don't want to waste somebody's time or waste your time. And it's just plain and simple. You don't want to waste your time. And you can't do that. You have to be focused. You have to be ready. You have to be alert. You have to be ready for whatever it's going to come with this project or this task that you're trying to start. You have to set your mind to be ready and to be focused on whatever may come your way. So you can't get stressed out and allow things to get to you very quick and easily and fast and give up. If you do that, you're not a winner. A winner is not going to think about quitting, because the only thing they think about is winning. When you're focusing on something, you should only focus on being focused on what you're doing. Don't let nobody sidetrack you. Don't let yourself sidetrack you. Sometimes people can sidetrack you, or yourself can take you off the focus on what you're trying to accomplish. If you allow yourself or people to have that much energy and control over your body and mind to where you cannot complete your project or the task you're trying to do, that means you don't have control over yourself. That means somebody else have control over you. You don't want anyone to have that much power and control over you to where you can't even be focused to do your own work, to do your own things you were put here to do. When we put our mind to something and we be very determination and we be focused on what we need to do, the project will get accomplished. Why it will get accomplished? Because we didn't take our focus off of what we were trying to do. We stayed focused on the project and only the project. We didn't get sidetracked. We didn't allow anything to take our focus off of what we were trying. Because in order to be successful, you have to succeed. You have to stay focused in order to be successful. All these great musician players, all these great actors, all these great sports players, they didn't become great by just waking up and going and doing it. Every day it took them being focused, consistent, determined, and ready for whatever would come their way. They didn't allow circumstances or what they were feeling at that moment, because we don't go off of feelings. Lots of time people wear their feelings on their shoulders. You don't go off of what you feel. You go off of what you know and what you believe. You can feel that the project won't work. If you go off of your feelings, the project won't work because you already bring a negative energy in it already by believing the project won't work. You bring negativity in it. You can't have no type of form of weight of negativity to even come in it for it to blossom, for you to stay focused. If you're trying to stay focused, you can't be negative. If you're negative, how are you going to stay focused? Think about it. How can you be focused if you don't believe it's going to work for you? Are you getting frustrated because one day was bad and didn't work out the way you wanted it to be? Just get up the next day and try harder. It's going to be better the next day. Just be more focused and determined on what you're trying to do in your life. Focus on what you want. Where are you going in this world? If you can't focus on what you want or where you're going, you can't ever start the project. You can't ever lead it or get it off the ground because you don't know where you're going. You don't know what you want in life. You don't know how to stay focused and be consistent and be very determination on what you're doing. You have to be determined for it to prosper. You have to stay consistent with the project or the task. Whatever you're starting, it can be your own business, your own job. Whatever you're trying to do, if you're not consistent, listen to me, people, it will not work. You will only be wasting your time and wasting anyone else's time that you bring on this project with you. So we don't have time to waste your time or somebody else's time. We don't want to waste energy. We want to give the energy to whatever we're focusing on or we're determined to do. So at the end of the day, you don't want to get sidetracked. You don't want to get your focus off of what you're trying to do. The main thing is to stay focused on you. Staying focused on accomplishing the things that you want to do. In order to get there, in order to be what you want or to go somewhere, you must stay focused and you must be consistent with it. Whatever you start, be consistent. Don't start it and then stop. It's not going to work if you start it and then stop and then start a whole nother project. Stay focused on that project and keep being determined and keep being consistent. Keep giving the good energy. Keep being positive on whatever you're trying to do, and it will work one day. It's not going to be right away. I can't guarantee you as soon as you start the project, tomorrow you wake up, everything is presented, everything is right the way you want it to be. It doesn't work that way. Rome was not built in one day. It took time. So it takes time to do whatever you want on this earth. It takes a focused mind. It takes a made up mind. Your mind has to be made up that this is what I want to do. This is what fulfills me in life. This is maybe my purpose. This is something that I love doing. And in order for you to get there, you have to stay focused and be consistent with it. Don't start and stop. You can never be a winner if you quit. A quitter is never a winner. So you want to win. Whatever you try to do, you want to win. Because we were born to win. We were born to succeed. We were put here to accomplish great things. You want to leave your legacy when you leave this earth. You want to leave your notoriety. It's your work. Whatever project or task that you want to do in life, you want to leave a notoriety. It's the work that you've done that's going to always be remembered, not the fame. It's the work. You can create something 50 years ago and 100 years later, it's going to still be going on. It's because you left your notoriety. You left your work, which you done. You stayed focused until you were able to accomplish and achieve everything that you were meant to do on this earth for the time that you were put here. You were put here to do something. And whatever you're put here to do, you have to stay focused at it. You must be very focused and your mind must be made up. And you must be very consistent with it. People start too many things and then stop in life. And then you're wondering why you can't accomplish or get where you need to be. It's because you're stopping and starting. You're stopping and starting. You can't stop and start something and expect everything just to work out and blossom. It doesn't work that way. You have to make sure when you start something that you're consistent with it. You continue doing it. You don't stop. You have a made up mind. Your mind is focused and ready to do whatever that you had made up to do. You have to know what you want in life in order to start something and to achieve it and to fulfill what you want to do. But if you're stopping it and you're not staying focused, you're only defeating the purpose. You're only defeating your time and wasting your time and wasting other people's time that you may have joined with you on the project or the business that you're trying to accomplish. Don't waste nobody's time. Time is not given back to us. Our time is precious. So use your time wisely and be focused on whatever you want to do. If you want to start something in this world, don't be afraid to start anything. Just have a made up mind and be focused. Go for what you want. You have to go out there and you have to claim and go and get what you want. You have to basically take what you want. You need to show the university you are ready. You are determined. You are consistent. You are not stopping. And when it can see that you're not stopping, your project will blossom. Your project will get off the ground. Why? Because you started and you didn't stop. You was consistent. If you started and you don't stop and you be very consistent with it, it's going to continue to grow. It's going to keep growing and growing and growing. But it starts with you being very motivated about yourself. You have to be very motivated. You have to have that mind made up to know that I can do anything. I can accomplish anything. It doesn't matter how you're feeling at that moment. Just make sure your mind is made up. And your mind is made up not to stop. And your mind is made up that I won't quit no matter what circumstances may come. No matter how it may seem when you're starting your project or the task off. It's not seeming like it's going to get to where it's going to be. It's constantly being consistent at what you're doing. It's going to get you where you want to be. You need to stay consistent. If you're not consistent, you won't ever be able to accomplish anything. You will find yourself stuck in life. You will find yourself left behind. And then you will wonder why I never could accomplish or achieve nothing that I tried or started in this earth. It's because you wasn't focused. You either allowed somebody to distract you and take you away from your focus, or you allowed yourself to be unfocused, unstable, to where you couldn't get yourself on the right track to where you needed to be so you could prosper. In order to prosper in life, you can't start something and then stop it and then expect to prosper. I know lots of people that do this. They start a project or a task, and then they work on it for maybe a month or two, and then they stop because it's not going maybe the way they want it to go, or it's not moving fast enough, and then they start another project over here. So now they got a chaos because you're starting things and you're not finishing it. It becomes a chaos. It becomes all over the place. You're all over the place. Your mind can't stay focused on what you're trying to do on accomplishing this goal because you have so many other projects that you started and you didn't finish. You can't expect it to prosper. You can't expect to go nowhere in life if you're going to start something and not continue it. You must start and continue everything that you do. You must be consistent with it. You must be very great at what you do. You must have a positive energy on staying focused. You must have everything around you positive, positive feedback. If you go in the project being negative, your project will not blossom. It will not get off the ground because you brought a negative impact, a negative influence in there, and you bring in negative energy around you. And once that negative energy comes, it's hard to be focused on what you want to do or what your purpose is on this earth. In order for you to get where you need to be, you have to have a made up mind. You must be focused. You must know where you want to go in this world. You must know what you want to do. You have to see the vision in order to start your project. If you don't have a vision, you won't ever be able to start the project proper and watch it prosper. You want to start your project and the project to keep growing like a flower until it become to blossom like a beautiful sunflower or rose. You want your project to blossom, to turn out beautiful. It starts off with you, with a made up mind, focus on what you want to do, being very determined, being consistent on what you're trying to do, and just staying focused on everything you're trying to accomplish. Don't allow nothing or no one to get you sidetracked. You want to leave a legacy on this earth. You want to leave your notoriety, your work that you do. It's going to stand out decades and decades to come. 50, 60, 70 years after we are gone, our work will constantly live. Your work will always live because you left your notoriety. It's your work or what you've done on this earth. You're not worried about the fame. It's a notoriety where they will always remember. John was a great person. John accomplished everything he wanted to fulfill on this earth with the time John was given. It's because John stayed focused. He was consistent. He didn't bring any negative around him. He didn't start a project and then start it. John was a winner, not a quitter. He believed in himself. He knew he was great. If you don't believe in yourself and you don't know that you're great, then you will not become great. A leader just don't become great overnight. A leader becomes great because they believe in themselves and they know they are great and they believe that they are a leader. They believe they can lead a situation, or they can lead the world, or they can lead a congregation, or they can lead something that they start because they have the authority. They are focused. They are grounded. They are rooted whatever they start. So they are able to lead whatever they want to lead in this world because they have a made up mind. They are focused to win and not to quit. That's why you will see other people accomplish things and achieve things in this world, and you will feel like you're left out or you got left behind. It's only because yourself. You lost focus somewhere down the line. You lost focus on what you wanted to do. You lost focus on what you were trying to do. You lost focus on that partner business ship, or you lost focus on that group you were trying to start. You lost the focus on it. And only reason why you feel stuck and lost, it's because of you stopped at it. You didn't continue going on and being consistent with it, no matter how the situation looked. You were not supposed to give up on it. You were supposed to constantly be consistent with it, no matter how it seems, and keep telling yourself everything is going to work out for me. Because you're believing that. You're knowing that what you're doing is great. You're believing in yourself. You're starting a project knowing that I'm going to the end. I'm going to the finish line. So everyone, the lesson was stay focused. It's all I'm trying to tell you is don't start something in life and then stop. Don't start something and then stop. You are not consistent with it. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to prosper if you continue starting a project or starting a task and then stopping. You're showing yourself and letting yourself know that everything you do, you cannot continue to the finish line. So you can't ever be a winner. You're going to only be a quitter. You were not put here on this earth to be a quitter. You were put here to win. So stay focused, everyone. Stay focused on whatever you're trying to do. You're trying to start that business, start that partnership. You're trying to start a group, a dance group, a music group, a band. You're trying to start a leadership. You're trying to start a talk show. You're trying to start whatever you may have in mind. Just remember, don't start and stop. Don't start it and stop and get depressed or stressed because things not going the way you want. It takes time to accomplish and to get where you want to be. The greatest person on the earth didn't become great overnight. It took a lot of work. It took them believing in themselves. It took them being focused. It took them staying consistent, being determined with whatever they were trying to do. They didn't stop until they completed the finish line. Then they stopped and sit back and see the accomplishment that they accomplished on the earth of the work that they done. So simply today, stay focused, everyone. Whatever you do, I had to stay focused in life in order to get where I needed to be and to start things that I wanted to start in my life. I had to have a made up mind and make sure I was focused and determined on what I wanted to do. And I had to make sure I was consistent. Some day I didn't feel good. Some days I didn't feel like getting up and doing what I know I needed to do to keep it consistent for me to make it. But I still got up. I didn't allow myself to stay down and negative. I got up and thought positive and say, you can do it, Lacey, and you will do it. And when I made up my mind and began to motivate myself more and focus more, I was able to get more out of life than what life was just giving me. If life is throwing you lemons, make lemonade with it. Whatever life throws you, make something out of it. So whatever you start, don't stop it. And remember, I ask everyone after every video that I upload, I ask that you like, you share, you comment, you subscribe, hit that post notification button. I know I will achieve my goals, and I will achieve more than my goal because I believe in myself. And with the help of great people like you and friends that are supporting me, I thank you. But like I ask everyone, please be a subscriber. Show your support. And I love everyone. Until next time, take care, everyone.